Atho Boni Wathu kuna kuma ku kaunti-ini ya Kirinyaga tuguthie nginya kuria kaunti-ini ya Kisumu kuria kwina igongona ria Mũthia ria uria urari mutwarithia wa ndege mutigaire Njorua uria wakuire hamwe na atano angi ari hamwe na uria wari mubunge wa Imurwa Dikiri Johana Ng'eno. Igongona riu ria mathiko nirio rirathie na mbere na tuguthie ku imwe kwa imwe na tuthikiririe uria andu maramucakaya.
He's called Peter. We took Peter in when he was 4 hours old, when the mother died. Peter is a fourth-year medical student, University of Nairobi. Kazi ya Gio. Then I'm remaining with these two. They have wako na sura ya baba yao. So, Stacey, you will read? Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Stacey. I'm the daughter to George Were. I'm going to read my tribute. Dad, it's hard to believe I'm standing here talking to you like this. There are so many things I wish I could say to you, and so many moments I wish you could still share. You are such an incredible person, funny, gentle, and hardworking. You had a way of making people laugh even when things were difficult. Your humor and playful comments made life lighter, and being around you always made things feel a little better. But what I remember most about you is your kindness. You had such a gentle heart, you cared deeply about the people around you, and always showed love through your actions. You were always there when we needed you. You also taught me the value of working hard and never giving up. You showed me what strength really looks like, not just in big moments, but in the everyday sacrifices you made for us. Daddy, losing you has left a space in my heart that will never be filled. But I know that everything you taught me, every laugh we shared, and every moment we made together will stay with me forever. I hope you know how much you're loved and how much you'll always mean to me. You may be gone from my sight, but you'll never be gone from my heart. I love you always. Rest in peace, my sweet dad.
Next is now the man of the house, Joseph Were. He's studying medicine in Poland.
Dear Dad, words are not enough to describe what kind of man you are. Someone had to experience you in person, to see the gentleman and enigma you are, always calm like the ocean on a quiet morning, a smart man, always doing everything in a clinical and methodical way. Dad, no man on this earth can ever get the admiration like I have for you, because you are not only a great father to me and to many, but also a great role model. You are the embodiment of how a man should treat his family, loved ones, and everyone else. A strong man you are and always will be to me. When I was a child, I used to see you as a superhero, because I never saw you ill, and even if you are, you always hope on the day's task, ready to take what the day had to offer. You are a passionate man who loved his career and what you did with all his heart. You are truly a gift from God to all aviators who interacted with you in your life. Everybody loved you in your career, and even in death, you are still a legend in your career. You have given so much selflessly for us, your children, all of us, with a man with a pure heart and a pure soul. As I said, no words can describe you. Someone had to experience you to truly see how great you are. Forever in my heart and hearts of many. Dad, your legacy will live on forever. I promise.
Thank you, Joseph. Now, I believe that in this part of the world, everybody can read English, so I will not read my tribute, but I just want to say a few things about my husband. I met George in 1993, and it was very hard to convince me to marry a military man. My brother has just scratched the surface. By the way, Mheshimiwa, another culprit is Denge, Kano Denge. Maybe you should see him. Na umwambie machache. But I believe that is now water under the bridge. When we got married, just after 1 month, George was posted to Hakati for 3 months. And I was like, hii maisha nitaweza? Sitaweza. However, I managed, and he came back from Hakati. Then I learned something about my husband. He loved peace. No wonder his children nicknamed him Mpenda Amani. So I learned not to ask where, how, what time is this, and I got my peace. I also learned that he really, really, really loved his mother. Gio loved his mother, and there's no friend of his or anybody close to him who doesn't know how much he loved his mother. And now to fit in, I also now loved his mother so that I can have peace. And ni ukweli. I loved his mother, and the people around here can tell you how close I was with my mother-in-law. In fact, tulikuwa tunawapangia njama, these others. Tukipanga njama na my mother-in-law, it will happen and it will come to be. I learned that Gio loved rumba, and that brought a bit of problems between us. You know the hours of rumba. Until in 2006, when we were both carjacked, coming from a rumba joint, and then we agreed now how we are going to do this rumba, such that when we go for rumba, we let our children know where we are. If he goes alone, he will call and let me know that he's with his friends. And that really worked well for me. George loved his children. You see the titles they have. In fact, I remember when my friend was bringing Anel, she was told that in that house everybody has a title. So you go there and get your title. And Anel, I can assure you, you will continue living with us and all will be well. George had a very big heart, the way my brother has said, both to his family and my family. And even though my brother was a bit apprehensive of me marrying a military man, he got to love George. My brother is a tough man, but the day George died, I think I've seen him cry 3 times in my life. When my mother died, when my brother died, and when my husband died. I saw him cry. Otherwise, the rest, anapitiaga tu. So, today, I just want to appreciate those who have supported us ever since this tragedy occurred. I learned of my husband's death on social media. I had the phone on my hand, and then I started seeing news. And I tried to call corporate helicopters, but I think Colonel Denge was also devastated, and he was not able to pick the phone. And when I realized it was him in social media, my first instinct was to call my children, because the way social media is, they were going to see it within the next 10 minutes or so. So I tasked one of my sons, Sammy. I told him to call Joseph. They are very close. And I planned to call Stacey. Before I could call Stacey, Joseph had called Stacey to tell him that Daddy is normal. So when I called Stacey, she was so bitter that she was hearing it from her brother, and she refused to talk to me for 2 days. But Mama, I believe we are now good. Yes, you understand why that happened. And when I was told this, eventually Colonel Denge got to call me, and he told, you know, Africans, you don't call somebody to tell somebody that somebody has died. You prepare them first and tell them that we don't think the news is good. And I told him, Paul, because Paul was also our best man at one time, I told him, no, my husband is not coming home. In fact, I even sent him a message asking him, Paul, is my husband coming home? And he didn't He didn't respond. So the rest, now you know. As I stand here, maybe if you hear it from the media, you'll think it's PR. But I want to thank His Excellency the President and the Deputy President from the bottom of my heart. You know there's war in the Middle East, and getting air tickets is not easy. But that office, through our family friend, Dr. Ray Omolo, made sure that my children came back. Within 2 days, I think, they were here. And I'm very, very grateful because I know that even as they continue mourning, they will have some closure. They'll have some closure. As a military wife, I tell people that I've been more unmarried than married because this man was always away. So even the children, whenever he was around, he would give them his time, but you can pretend that daddy is somewhere and he's going to come back as you pray. Anyway, I thank the presidency, the deputy, and my brother here, Dr. Ray Omolo. The other person I would like to thank is CS Murkomen. When George came from Eldoret, he was to be put in that metal box. And CS said, no. Captain cannot be put in a metal box. You have to give him a coffin. So we sacrificed one of the bodies to go in the box, and he has given us support. Thank you so much, CS Murkomen, wherever you are. I know you have stood with the family, and I know you are a personal friend to Gio. The amount of support that we have received, I can tell you, my husband was loved by people because, he never used to tell me who he is carrying. He'll tell me, nimebeba wenyeji, nimebeba neighbor, nimeenda kwa wenye nguvu. That is how he would never disclose who he's carrying. Maybe until he comes back, then he'll tell me the nicer ones of you and the more official ones. But when he's going, it was always his top secret. I would also like to thank members of parliament, even though I felt bullied, but eventually what came out helped my children and helped me, and we will be eternally grateful. I would like to thank Mheshimiwa Engineer Sudi. You know what you've done for the family. We are talking, and we hope you will continue talking to us. Now, coming to my sister and my colleague, my husband loved flying you around. Madam Martha Karua. He loved flying you around. He loved your strictness because he was also a strict person. Although he had a military background, but I was the militant. Mimi ndio nilikuwa wa kiboko. But he really appreciated the way you treated him when he was flying you during Azimio in 2022. And I would also like to thank His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka. He's been with us throughout. We have seen his hand. Na tunasema asante. I will not forget my Mheshimiwa Duma came home at 2 a.m. to condole with us. In fact, I had to yawn to make him go away, but he was with us. I will not forget our area MCA who has been with us throughout, and everybody else who has been with us. It will be not fair to mention corporate helicopters. You guys are wonderful. We hope we'll continue to be your family. In fact, I was saying that should I get a pilot in this family, I would point them to corporate helicopters. You take care of your own. I would like to thank my brother-in-law here. He's been my best friend in this family. Apart from George, he's been my best friend, and it has extended even in death. Daktari, I hope you'll be there. for us, always. As you have been there for your brother. So when our mother-in-law died, George na daktari ndio walikuwa wanapanga njama ya how to straighten the family. I know it's a very big loss. I want to thank the local administration. You have taken good care of us. You have provided us with the security. Outriders, actually yesterday you would think there's a dignitary that is being escorted. Little did they know that it's just my GO that was coming home for good. I'm not taking for granted our family Jokoyaro. Jokoyaro, thank you so much for standing with us and for being with us. My people of Alego, it started off in a very rough and bumpy manner, but you learned to appreciate my husband, and mumekuja kwa wingi. We have also seen your hands. Maybe you just wave. My legal fraternity. By the way, I'm a lawyer by profession, but this military man managed to make me a housewife to look after the children. So he was providing, and me, I was sitting at home, maybe just doing a bit of work, but looking after these children. That is why you see they have come out the way. The ladies who are here, learn to give your children time. When you don't give them time, baba natafuta huku, mama natafuta huku, watoto watarokota ile bangi iko kwa estate. And there's a lot of it in my estate. I will not forget New Kitizuru residents, my new pastors. They were on the way. I believe they have not come, but they also stood with us and they really supported us. My friends, Atieno, just stand up, Nyangia. Atieno has been my friend since class 4. Actually, most of them, we were either friends in primary, and then we went to secondary, and we are still friends. We are a group of 10 ladies, and they've been very supportive. So I thank everybody who has come to help us mourn my husband. I hope you will keep us in prayers. I know Mheshimiwa Wamalwa has come in late. You were my classmate in LLM. At the University of Nairobi. I'm a 2016 LLM student. Thank you so much for condoling with us. Everybody else, we are grateful. We are truly, truly grateful. Don't leave us. Continue holding our hands. We have given our requests to the government, especially for these 2 children, and I know the government will respond and take care of us. Otherwise, thank you so much. I can't forget my sister-in-law, wife to Daktari. She's always been my younger sister. She's been with me throughout, through thick and thin. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pole zetu kwa familia. May the good Lord continue keeping you, being with you every single minute, every single second, every hour, and every single day. Naona kama hali ya hewa imeanza kubadilika kidogo. Itabidi tuanze kasi kidogo. Allow me to acknowledge the funeral committee, both Nairobi chapter and Nyakach chapter. Hawata kuja hapa kwa wote. Maybe the chairman.